8 years. Not a motivational number, not a guess. The exact amount of extra time the math adds to your working life when you finance a $60,000 pickup truck instead of driving something ordinary. Not the payment, not the sticker price. 8 years, measured in birthdays, quietly moved from your retirement to your loan. Here's the part that should bother you. You don't feel it happening. The truck feels earned. Nobody hands you a form at the dealership that says, sign here to retire in your late 60s instead of your late 50s. But that form exists. It's just written in compound interest instead of ink. Let's write it out in plain numbers. My name is Joey, and on this channel, I want to teach you how to save, invest, use, and grow your money so you can have more freedom and retire earlier without depending on the government. Subscribe to the channel and like this video. Here's the scene. You're 33. You earn 6 figures, and the dealership just approved you for a $60,000 truck loan without blinking. It feels good. It feels earned. You've been driving a beat-up sedan for years. You're Henry, a high earner who is not rich yet, and this truck is the first physical proof that the hard work paid off. And you are not alone. The average transaction price for a new full-size pickup, F-150, Silverado, Ram 1500, crossed $58,000 in 2025, according to Cox Automotive data. Trucks and SUVs now make up more than 80% of new vehicle sales in America, and the financing behind them has quietly stretched longer than ever. 72-month loans, 6 full years of payments, now account for more than a third of new vehicle financing, per Experian's State of the Automotive Finance Market report. Here's why that number matters more than people realize. A 72-month loan isn't just more time to pay. It's a mechanism specifically designed to make an unaffordable vehicle feel affordable by dividing the damage into a monthly number small enough to approve and large enough that you never really look at the total. But the monthly payment was never the real cost. The real cost is what that money was doing before you redirected it into a depreciating asset. And when you run that number against compound interest instead of against a car loan calculator, the truck stops looking like a reward.
Let's build the actual scenario, dollar by dollar. You finance the full $60,000 truck at 7.5% interest, a realistic rate for a longer-term auto loan in 2025, over 72 months. Run that through the loan formula, and your payment comes out to $1,037 a month. Now, here's the number that changes everything. That $1,037 a month is money that in almost every Henry household would otherwise be going toward retirement. Say you're currently investing $2,000 a month toward a $1 million portfolio, the number that at a 4% withdrawal rate produces $40,000 a year in retirement income for life. At a 7% average annual return, investing $2,000 a month gets you to that $1 million mark in 19 years and 7 months. Now, finance the truck. That $1,037 payment doesn't come from nowhere. It comes out of the same monthly cash flow, dropping your investable amount from $2,000 to $963. Run the exact same math, same 7% return, same $1 million target. It now takes 28 years to get there. 19 years and 7 months versus 28 years. That gap is 8 years and 5 months. Round it down and it's simply 8 years.
And here's the part that makes this worse than it sounds. This isn't the total cost of the truck. This is only the loan payment. It doesn't include the extra $100 to $150 a month in insurance a full-size truck costs over a sedan, the higher fuel spend, or the depreciation. A new pickup loses roughly 20% of its value in year 1 alone. Add those in, and 8 years is the conservative estimate, not the worst case. Now, you might be thinking, I can afford $1,037 a month. My income supports it. And you're right, you can afford the payment. That was never the question. The question is what else that same $1,037 a month could have been doing, and almost nobody runs that comparison before signing. Here's why. Your brain evaluates the truck in the present tense. The smell of the interior, the way it looks in the driveway, the status it signals to your coworkers. It evaluates retirement, if at all, in the vaguest possible future tense. Behavioral economists call this present bias.
A guaranteed reward today will always feel more real than a larger reward years away, even when the math says the delayed reward is worth dramatically more.
There's also anchoring. The dealership never shows you $1,037 a month costs you 8 years of your life. They show you $1,037 a month next to your paycheck, and your brain does one comparison. Can I cover this payment? It never runs the second comparison. What does this payment cost me in time? And there's identity. For a lot of Henrys, the truck isn't transportation. It's proof. Proof you made it. Proof the income is real. Proof the hustle paid off. But proof and freedom are different purchases. One sits in your driveway losing value. The other compounds quietly in an account you never post about, which is exactly why almost nobody sees it happening to their neighbor. 3 moves that keep the truck, or a smaller version of the delay, without keeping the 8 years. Move 1. Run the 8-year test before you sign anything. Before financing any vehicle, calculate the monthly payment, then ask directly, am I willing to trade this many years of retirement for this truck? Not, can I afford the payment? That question always says yes. The 8-year test asks the real question, in the only currency that actually matters, time. Move 2, buy the 2 to 3-year-old version instead. A 3-year-old F-150 or Silverado has already absorbed the steepest depreciation, the 20% first-year cliff someone else already paid for. Same capability, same badge, often $15,000 to $20,000 less financed, which alone can cut that 8-year delay roughly in half. Move 3, cap the loan at 36 months and redirect the freed-up gap immediately. A shorter loan term forces a smaller vehicle or a bigger down payment, both of which shrink the monthly number that's competing with your retirement account. Whatever gap you free up between the truck payment and what a modest, paid-off vehicle would cost you, automate it directly into your 401k or Roth IRA the same day your paycheck lands. Money that sits in checking finds a reason to get spent. Money that moves automatically compounds. None of these moves tell you not to own a truck. They tell you to run the actual trade before your signature makes the decision for you. 8 years and 5 months. That's the real price tag on a financed $60,000 truck. Not on the window sticker, on your retirement date. The dealership will never be the one to tell you that. Here's your action this week. Take your payment, multiply by the years left on the loan, and run that total at 7% instead. Compare it to your retirement number. Not a guilt trip, just the trade, finally in one number. Subscribe to the channel. Every week I break down the math behind money. Next video, the exact order to build Roth IRA, 401k, and brokerage, so every dollar compounds in the right place first. I'll see you there.